G'day guys, it's Jed here from Explore WA, and well, this is a Q&A segment that you've been asking for. We've dubbed it Q&A with Explore WA. Corny as all hell, I know, but hey, thanks for your time to send in all the questions both through the Instagram and the Facebook. It's really appreciated. Alright, so we're going to run through some questions that were done through the Facebook first, but from Red Dust Family Adventures. Kick us off today. What would be the most important bit of knowledge you could pass on for remote area travel? Well, we're really lucky guys because we get to do a lot of it. Remote area travel, it's got to be the 3 points. Pack light, pack comprehensively, and pack smart. Now, some might sound a bit contradictory, but pack light, obviously weight's your enemy. You don't want too much weight in the bush. Pack comprehensively, so you want to be across all the situations that could happen. You want to make sure that you've got a little bit to, sort yourself out in various situations. And pack smart, that means, if you've got 4 toolkits that are comprehensive and you've got the same people in convoy, you don't all need to carry the same tools. They can add up quite a lot. It comes back to that first point with weight, but that's about packing smart. And I think a little bit of communication between those and other people you're out with really helps. So that would be my advice. Nathan Cheney is one of our regulars. He's asked, how many kilometres do you think you've done since Explore WA started in both your new and old car? Well, that is a very good question, Nate. I worked it out, 120,000 kilometres in 5 years. Now, I did break it down to just doing, Explore WA tours and things like that, but there's a lot of travel in between, so definitely 120,000 kilometres minimum is what we've done. Let's jump over to Instagram questions now. Now, Paul Griffiths, thanks for your question, mate. He's asked, I'm really new to your channel and wasn't sure the exact mods and specs your 100 or 105 packs. Can you perhaps do a Q&A on what motor and if it is a solid axle conversion? Well, I think this is a whole segment in itself. Listen, we're going to do probably another one for the YouTube. You can keep an eye on that. But in short, what I can tell you now is the vehicle is a 99 1FZ 105 series Land Cruiser, so that's a solid axle, factory, was petrol. I bought it converted, had the 1HD FTE and a 5-speed automatic trans out of a later model 100 series IFS. So no, it's not a conversion from IFS to solid, it's basically a solid axle and we converted the factory motor into it. So bloody good setup too. So yeah, love it. Well, Paul, you actually asked 2 questions. So what are your top 3 first must-do mods for a truck if you want to go away and do what you do? Well, number 1, set of tyres. Good quality rubber and a good spare. Number 2 is definitely going to be suspension. Something modest, it'll make the car ride better, handle the weight, and you'll be, much better off-road for it. And 3, the absolute best thing you can get to get you further off-road is fuel in the tank. Nothing will get you further than fuel in the tank. So that would round out my top 3. Lorraine Ashby. Now Lorraine, I haven't been answering, you've asked me this question before I did the Q&A, so apologies. Lorraine asks, I have synthetic rope on my winch, so what's best to wash it with, and do you spool it back in to the drum, wet or dry? Great question. Me personally, and how I've always worked out with the winch is I try not to use any chemicals on it. I just get warm water, sometimes soapy water, a bit of dishwashing liquid, but I try not to do that too often. Only if it's really filthy. Just hot water, and then literally just agitate it in a bucket with the hands, and then I just spool it in wet. So I don't know whether there's any difference why you can or can't do it. I can't say I'm a full expert on the matter, but I've never had a drama, so that's how I do it. Like I said, yeah, never had a drama, so that's what I'd be doing. Now, I knew this one would come up. I'm going to jump back to Facebook. Sarah Hickey, thanks for your comment there, and your question is, where's your favourite place you've travelled to, and what's a place on your bucket list you would love to go? Well, listen guys, this one does come up a lot and is so bloody hard to answer. Really, I knew I'd struggle with it. I've thought of the answer 3 times and it's different things every 3. The East Pilbara, alright? The East Pilbara, people that know me may have heard me banging on about it, but it's more than just a mining centre, it's just so much more than that. There's gorges, there's you know, rock art, there's the deserts there, the coastline there is amazing. It's got everything. I'm not talking Karajini either, got to get off from that. Karajini's great, but it's becoming a concrete jungle in there. You know, every man and his dog's past there. You've got to go see the stuff that's out in the bush. I'm not going to name drop anywhere. Don't be by now. I don't give away spots and things like that because I don't know who's going to be on the other end of it. It's just a bit of a moral thing that I have. Don't like it, well, sorry. But that, for me, East Pilbara is, yeah, it's pretty special. Now, where would I like to go? It's got to be Fraser or Moreton Island. Christ, you see so much online from the guys over east about it. Was lucky enough to do the Cape a few years back with my good buddy Keith Colgate. He's actually out around Australia. Shout out to you, mate. Have fun. Hope you and Mads are travelling well. Yeah, Fraser or Moreton. Got to go a bit of the island life. Yeah, it looks unreal. Good question. All right. What have we got here? Now, Graham Hoskins. Say hello to me little mate too, Graham. All right. The best bit of kit you ever bought and the bit of gear you would never leave home without. Yeah, hands down, it's going to be the stretcher for my swag. Listen, getting out bush is great. Bit of extra comfort, keep me off the ground. I'm a bigger bloke, so you know you get a bloody chiropractic massage from hell if you try and lay on the ground up in the Pilbara or Kimberley in a swag with a bloke of my size. So definitely, it's got to be that that stretcher. The bit that I never leave home without, I thought I'd bring it out. It's just good headlamp. I use lead lenser headlamps. Work a treat, you can recharge them. You can get the ones that aren't. $50 one will do you the job. Just got to have a good headlamp. Not that I want to name drop or anything, but actually a really good tip that I saw. Old Shauno from Full Drive Action, he did a Q&A the other day, and he said actually puts it around the headrest of his passenger seat. I reckon that's a shit odd idea, so never thought of that, but good idea. Never run without it. So yeah, that would be my my other one. All right. Jonathan Ingram, if you had a dream setup or a dream car, what would it be? Oh, such a subjective bloody... Yeah, I don't know. This is a difficult one. For me, listen, what I've got at different stages in life is going to sort of work better. So what I've got now is great for the touring, easy to fix, parts around. Yeah, it's a great bit of gear. So yeah, that would be probably my setup for the time being, but it'd have to be a Patriot Super Tourer or something like that if money was no object. Alright, now I know we're running out of lines here, so Todd Lauren, craziest thing you've ever seen out bush. We're down south on a tour, and these absolute turkeys have decided they'd go get all these teddy bears, must have gone to an op shop or something, and they'd strung up teddy bears in all weird positions and spots up amongst trees on this track. Some of them were bloody out there, I tell you, and they had stained like as if it was blood on it. It was creepy as all hell. Yeah, that was the strangest thing. We filled both my wheel carrier bags on the car up with them, and yeah, no. Weirdest thing, not good. Tom Kelly, he's also asked via Facebook, has your car ever broken down? Yes, a couple of times. Now, being a trip leader, that's very bad news if your car breaks down. Luckily, I haven't on tour as such to the point where I can't be mobile still. One of the reasons I run the Cruiser. Bloody awesome bits of gear, they'll normally get you home. The one time I had to run into town was in between tours. I was with a couple of buddies. Johnny, thanks for the lift. Johnny had to buzz me back about 300k into Marble Bar, where swiftly went down the Ironclad Hotel. May or may not have got a sneaky beer and thrown around a pineapple, and somebody got us the parts we needed in about 15 minutes and we're back on the road. So yeah, listen, that's the country town economy for you, but I basically needed another lock nut for the front hub. It had undone and just about lost the wheel and stuffed it in the process. So I was very lucky not to need a spindle and a tow truck because I didn't have one of those and I wouldn't have found one close. But that was probably the hairiest. Recently did a front diff, but you know, you can drive on the rear, and yeah. Listen guys, it actually is really surprising how much maintenance you have to do to a car that spends the time in the bush doing the stuff that we do. People probably don't appreciate just how much, you know, time and money has to go into these cars to keep them up to spec, make sure they're tip top. Alright, now final question, I've seen it on there, it's from my wife. And it's actually probably one of the most common questions that we get. So, why don't we ever see your wife on any of your trips, or does your wife come on any trips? Well, great question. As much as we'd love for Asher to come along more often, we just have too much going on at home. We have to be a dual income family. I got to treat this as work, even though it's the best bloody job in the world, getting to show and share this country with people. It really is a privilege, but you know, all smiles and rainbows doesn't pay the bills. So we've got family, you know, like the fur family here with 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 chickens, fish, you name it, we got it. So they need to be looked after. We've recently just had our little boy who's been born, little Charlie, so that's going to take up even more of our time. So we'll try and get out more as a family, but I think you've got to keep work separate, and as much as I'd love her to be there, yeah, that's just how it rolls. Cool. Alright guys, well, swiftly running out of light, and better go get back inside, and I look forward to editing. It's a good fire though, it's really come a long way, and it's actually quite warm, so I think in my parting message, guys, will be that there's going to be a lot more on the Instagram and Facebook pages, and particularly the YouTube. I want to start doing some videos. I quite enjoy, you know, sitting down, having a yarn and having a beer and doing this, and obviously otherwise that's why I wouldn't do this for a job. But for me, this is all about interacting and chatting, and basically, you know, you being a part of it. So I really would love it if you guys could like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Join us on the journey. I'm going to try and do some more videos, going to do some collab work. Mate Brett, Australian Off-Road Adventures, we're going to hit up and do some stuff soon. You've seen his 200 series. I know he wishes he had my car, but, you know, we're going to get out, do some trips, you know, a bit more filming orientated and a bit of a larrikin. So I reckon we'll get out there. Make sure you jump along for the ride. Thanks for listening to the Q&A. Hope it didn't bore the hell out of you. And, yeah, catch you next time. All right, see you guys. Ciao. Just wore that everywhere. Fuck's sake. Been drinking long? Ugh.